How's it going? So I announced on Instagram and Facebook last week that I lost 100 pounds, and I wanted to make a quick video because some people had asked how I'd done it, and I want to make a quick video just sort of outlining some of the ideas and principles that have gone into me losing the weight that I have over the past few months. And a quick disclaimer before we start. Number one, I'm going to be drinking LaCroix throughout this video because I'm a Denver hipster. And then number two is my 100 pounds of weight loss is impressive, but when you consider that I have more than 100 to lose, that kind of puts it in perspective. Not to take anything away from my accomplishment, but you might have to change your lifestyle just as much as I did to lose 15, 30, or 5 pounds. Weight loss is difficult no matter how much weight you have to lose, or to be honest, I was talking to a guy this week who has trouble keeping weight. So I think that can be just as difficult, just as big of a change of lifestyle. So before we start, I just want to say 100 pounds is great for me, but you may not have that much weight to lose. But I think that these ideals will help you if you have 5 pounds, 15, or 30 to lose, or if you want to gain weight. So the first thing I want to talk about is how to prepare yourself for weight loss. One of the most important things that you can do before you start losing weight is ask yourself why you are overweight to begin with. And I think a lot of people get down on themselves, and it makes it hard to have a realistic perspective on this issue. So first of all, we could take out the obvious. You are overweight because you eat too much and don't exercise enough. That's how that works mechanically. But I'm more interested in the environment and conditions and lifestyle of why I was so overweight. So questions like, are you sleeping enough? Are you feeling depressed? Are you injured? Are you sick? Do you have enough people around you that you're talking to regularly or socializing? Are you going outdoors enough? Things like that are all really important to understand about your lifestyle before you begin to lose weight. And one of the ways that you can assess this is just by sitting down and journaling, thinking through kind of what you want your weight loss journey to be like and reasons why you think that you're losing weight, and then just begin to sort of tinker with your lifestyle to see if you can make more healthy decisions. I live in Denver, and in Denver we have a lot of parks, and in parks they have a lot of park people. You know, those people that are running in the park and they have really great exercise equipment on and really bright sneakers, and they have toned arms, and they're just running, they're not sweating, they're not dying, they're just running, and it's beautiful. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen people like that and thought I want to be like that. I want to be like that one day. And I think that what I thought was the best way to do that was to, very first step, just go running in the park. How hard could it be? Turns out it was really hard. 2 minutes in, you're gasping for breath, you feel like you have a yak on your chest, you're pain and spear in your side, all this pain. And you just think how do they do it? How do they do it? How do they get to the point where they're running in the park like it's nothing? And one of the ways that I found that I've learned to train is to train to train. So the first thing that I did for exercise consistently for my weight loss was go to the mall and walk around with the grandmas for an hour a day, a few times a week, just to start to build it into your lifestyle. I was so out of shape that I wasn't exercising consistently at all, so I needed to start with just working it into my schedule to where it would be a big enough priority for me to integrate more intense exercise later on. But train to train. Don't start by going crazy with it. Start by building it into your lifestyle, and then as you do that training, you can start with more high intensity training as you go forward. And then you can work that into your lifestyle, and then build up the momentum as you go harder and harder and harder until the point where you're running in the park and it's not a big deal because you've been training for that. So the next thing that I have is the first thing. You need to start dieting to diet, and that is that you need to incrementally build up your capacity to diet as you seek to cut calories out of your daily life. I have a friend that when he got married, he said that him and his wife didn't really budget for the first 3 months. They just spent kind of normal, and then after that 3 months, they got together and developed a plan based on what they were spending. They looked at all their expenditures and said, oh, we should be saving more, we should be spending less here, spending more there, and they were able to build a budget based off of that. I think that when you first start dieting, it should look a lot like that. For the first 3 weeks, I don't really think that you should try to switch up your diet as much as you should just be tracking what you're eating. If you're not keeping sort of a mental tally of the calories that are coming into you, chances are you're probably overeating or undereating, depending on what your situation may be. So I use To Do, which is a great app that has foods from restaurants, foods from the grocery store, foods from fast food places, everything that you could possibly want. You just scan a barcode and it goes in to the app via meal and everything, and it's a free app with some paid features if you want to get a subscription. I don't have one, but anyway, you just start by tracking what you're eating and then use that information to assess where you could be cutting back in your calories. A great way to start is just to have unhealthy portions of food. So if you're eating ice cream, take one scoop instead of two. Drink two or one Coke a day instead of two. Start there by doing the simple things, and then over time that builds up into eliminating some foods and replacing them with healthier foods. And as you go through that process, you'll be able to build your repertoire of recipes that are healthier for you. And then through that, you can begin to look at healthier diets, like veganism or keto or Whole30 or whatever the big bad boys are that hopefully you'll aspire to reach out to. But really, it starts with the basic stuff, just tracking what you're eating and then rolling that into eliminating parts of your diet, eliminating foods from your diet, and then integrating diets that are healthier for you in sort of the long term. I would not have celebrated my weight loss this time around if I hadn't had the support of a lot of people who reached out to me, who gave me things, who showed me better ways to do exercises and diets that I was working on. Support is key. You can't go through a diet process without support. And to be honest, I would say it's just as essential as exercise and figuring out an exercising routine or figuring out the right diet to go on. You have to make sure that you're getting support. People who are checking in on you, people who are celebrating with you, people who are motivating you, people who you're talking to when you're angry or lonely or tired. Like, you just need support. It's vital. Ask people in your life. I think a lot of overweight people have a problem with seeing people, thinking that people will value them, and when you begin to sort of turn things around and you begin to ask people to support you as you're seeking to make yourself healthier, you'd be amazed at how much people care about you and about the journey and about everything that you're going through to sort of get through, to sort of improve yourself. So yeah, support is key. It's vital. You can't do it without support. So the last thing that I'll suggest is to set good goals, and the way to set good goals is to think of your long-term goal, your big bad goal, the final goal, and then to think of that as, like, if you're looking at it on a chart, you're at number 1, that goal is number 50, and so you need to figure out 50 micro goals within that goal, 50 micro tasks within that larger task to make sure that you're losing weight. One micro task that's really great is to start an exercise routine where you're scheduling exercise and then you're going and doing that schedule. Starting dieting is a good one. Losing 10 pounds is a good one if you have a lot of weight to lose. Losing a pound is good if you don't have a lot of weight to lose. Downloading the To Do app, like doing what you have to do, asking people for support. I think one temptation whenever you're losing weight is to try to bite off more than you can chew right at the very beginning. Don't do that. Break down what you have to do into smaller sub goals and then celebrate those sub goals. Every 20 pounds I lose, I celebrate by doing something that I wouldn't have done previously when I was more overweight, wasn't taking care of myself. All those things are really necessary to do to keep up the momentum as you're going through and losing the weight that you need to lose. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who supported me so far. You guys have been incredible, and I'm looking forward to celebrating the next weight loss goals with you. Until next time, Tim, hope you have a good rest of your Friday.